That's a dope ass story.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Like,
It's a good thing I asked.
Is this exclusive? Have you told this story to anybody else on camera?
no,
Boom,
y'all got it first. Oh my
Barbershop
god.
Hotel, baby.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all got this story first. Yeah.
I woke up getting money today. Mono put up in a yellow genie. If it ain't on me, then I'm catching a fade. We hear you talking, but we never seen it. I woke up getting money today. Mono put up in a yellow demon. If it ain't on me, then I'm catching a fade. We hear you talking, but we never seen it. Yeah, this shit uncut. Bro, boy, get your funds up. This shit uncut. Whole team put the numbers up. I gotta run it up. Yeah, bro.
4 years, 5 years?
Yeah, about 5 years now. Yep, going on 5 years this year.
And before this, where were you?
I was in North Carolina.
What's it like out there?
Very different from here, for sure. Like,
It's the South.
yeah, it's the South. There's things that I love about it. There's things that I'm not too proud about there, but there's definitely a lot of things that I love about out there. And I feel like the more that I'm doing out here, the more they're cheering me on out there. Because I have a pretty dope fan base out in North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina, for real.
Yeah, it's
Like,
dope.
that's where I got my career, like, started. But this is where I really established who I am as an artist, like, here in Colorado. Because it's, like, when you think about it, you got the city, which is Denver, and that's really the only city in Colorado.
Right,
You know what I
big
mean? Like,
city,
big city,
yeah.
you feel me? And so you can drive 30 minutes from Denver and be in the wilderness somewhere. And, like, it's just like a perfect balance. It's not a big city out here. It's growing, which is beautiful, obviously, because I was in traffic.
Right.
But, you know, it's growing like mud. But it's small enough to where it's like the East Coast. It's like basically like the East Coast. So you got North Carolina, which is like, oh, that's the country, you know, yada yada, whatever. But telling you, like, the whole line of East Coast is so close. You can drive 6 hours here and still be in Colorado 6 hours later. You know what I mean?
Right.
But on the East Coast, you go straight up the highway and you're in a whole nother city, listening to a whole different vibe on the radio station. Like, it's so different out there. It's so different. So being out here, I was able to really, like, establish who I am as a creative and not be around so many other artists that, you know, I felt like when I was younger, I was distracted more, which we're humans. Most of the time, humans are pretty distracted when they're younger.
Right.
And that was, like, distracting me. It was taken away from who I wanted to be as an artist. I was also, like, you know, my dad was managing me at a time, and you know how daddies are. They're real protective. And
Especially older daughters.
exactly.
For sure.
So, you know, it was hard trying to, like, keep my sex appeal and my swag and who I am. And it's hard to be like, Daddy, I guess I'm just sexy. You know? Like, Daddy, just let me be sexy. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that.
Trying to rock a bustier. He's
Is
like,
that
nah.
right? He's like, nah, not fucking happening. Sorry, can I cuss?
Yeah, you're good.
Not happening. No freaking way. But when I moved out here as an adult after a breakup and everything, I had so much inspiration, like so much inspiration going on. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to start over because I didn't know anybody here. And I was like, hopefully all my fans out in North Carolina will hold it down, which they did. Which they did. But yeah, I learned a lot about myself out here just from having to start from scratch and, like, not knowing that I really have to hustle, like, just
Especially out here.
yeah. And I'm still hustling, like, obviously, you know, I still work at my uncle's restaurant, so I'm trying to get up out there. Like, he's always asking me, like, all right, when's the tour? All right, when am I gonna have to replace you? You know what I mean? So
sucks, but
it's a great reminder.
It's a
I don't
bittersweet.
mind it. Yeah, exactly. He knows I'm gonna take care of him. You know, as soon as that check get cut, whatever it's gonna be, whenever it's gonna be, he knows I'm gonna take care of him.
Knows you gonna hold it down.
Always. You know me, always hold it down. But I really believe in that, in making sure that I remember my family and who helped me. And family meaning my Bayang and, you know, friends, all of them. Like, I remember everybody that has ever encouraged me and has ever, like, just uplifted me, invited me to interviews, you know what I mean, been to my shows. I remember every single person, which is why I work so hard when I'm on stage to look at everybody in the face and, like, just really remember and capture that moment. Because I'm like, you're the reason why I'm here and why I'm anybody, like, why I'm even relevant Like, if you think about it, for any artist, really, their fan base is the only reason why they're relevant.
It's all about support.
Exactly.
It's
It's
like
all
me
about
being a
support.
barber. I mean, you can't really do much if you don't got clients that are supporting you.
Period.
You know,
Yeah,
you.
exactly. And like, yeah, and showing off their haircuts, and you know, lady that does my hair, I'm always like, you know, yeah, look at my hair, you know, she hooked it up. But it also comes in quality too, because obviously people are gonna be excited about your work when you put out quality, and
Right.
that's for both you and I. You cutting hair, you making sure that you are getting people in here fresh and clean and feeling good about themselves. And I'm on that same mission when I create music. Like, I want these girls to be in their bathroom, you know, oh, I'm a pretty bitch, getting ready, you know, feeling good about themselves. Because I'm always preaching, you know, self-love, because that's something that I lacked. I remember I lacked, and I didn't have anyone to really tell me what self-love was. I had to figure it out for myself. But I've always been a big sister, so I feel like, you know, even to my sisters and my sisters, like, out there, you know what I mean, I can help and guide them. You feel me? You heard that? You got that? My sisters. But yeah, you know, I can help them too and remind them to love themselves and be who they are, because we're all so unique, you know what I mean? We're so different. Even twins, they have a mind of their own. They're so different. And that's what makes us all so special. Be an example. Ooh.
Oh, that's your apparel, right?
Yeah, this is actually B Studios. He actually made this shirt for me. It's pretty lit. Like, he did his thing on this. It's kind of reflective, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make you something custom. Say Bay on there. Be an example."
You remember me and him going to the basketball game?
Yeah, of
Aurora
course. I posted
Central?
that picture on my Instagram.
Right on.
It's still on there.
Right.
Yeah, y'all gonna like that.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. So you
That was
got
so
a good
cool.
show.
Yeah. I mean, I was really excited about that because my mom, my uncle, my manager, my aunt, they all went to that high school, to Central High School. And I remember my mom telling me how rough it was back then. And, you know, with teachers being all underpaid and stuff like that. I know how it is because I'm a military brat, so I've been to the rich schools and I've been to the broke, poor schools. And honestly, I feel like those poor schools, a lot of those teachers, it's either they don't care because they're not getting paid enough, or they care so much that they are literally going broke for these kids. You know what I mean? I went to Parker Middle School in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and it was right across the street from the projects, like right across the street from it. Literally, look out the window. And most of those kids, after school, they was walking right across the street to those projects. And those teachers that were there, those were some of my favorite teachers ever. I remember them, like, to this day. And how I was a troublemaker in school, and how they were patient with me. And they talked to me. And they weren't just about, you know, you're suspended, get out. No, they were like, you're going to stay in here. You're going to remember what you did. And you're going to understand why it was wrong. And, I mean, that kind of love like that is irreplaceable. So I was like, I'm going to Central, yo. Like, because I know that neighborhood. And if there's any way I can give back, maybe start with these kids that are trying to stay out of trouble, that are on the basketball team. You know what I mean? I played volleyball, I played basketball, and I mostly played on those teams because I loved them but really because I wanted to stay out of trouble. Like, I had to keep my grades up. I didn't want to be another statistic.
Right,
you know,
right.
you know, I didn't want to be that. I was like, I got to be different. I got to be out here. And I got to be an example. Since then, I got into high school, and I was just so serious about my game. I was just like, I have to be an example. I have little brothers. I got little sisters looking up to me, and I need to show them that, you know, you ain't got to go with the trends with what everybody else is doing. When you're a trendsetter, you set those trends, everybody else going to fall in, because that's just the way the law of attraction works. You know what I mean? Like, when you're acting one way, you start attracting the same kind.
It's all about energy.
All about that energy. All about it. 100%. And like, that's what I be trying to tell these kids out here. When you came to that show, you know, I was, you know, I just really wanted to.
Knowledge.
Yeah, I
Sure.
wanted to speak that to them,
Wisdom.
like, and even to the adults, like, you know what I mean? We're out here on social media, liking all these pictures of these half-naked girls. But when there's a cause, when we're out here trying to raise money for young black men to stay out the streets and stay out of the prisons, where's your likes then? Where's your retweets and your shares then? That's something that us adults, we need to lead by an example for, because when the younger generation sees us sharing that kind of stuff and being more aware of that kind of stuff, the younger generation is going to take that shit way more seriously than we will. You know what I mean? Like, this is the time, this is the age, it's a new decade, which means there's a new rebirth. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that's going on right now, but there's more stuff, that core kind of thing, that base, the roots, that's what we have to get right first, instead of worrying about what else is going on in the world. I think we know what we're talking. I don't really want to speak on it, but you know, like, because I hate politics, but like at the same time, I am a little political because I believe in.
Because there's some bullshit going on.
Period. Exactly. Right. I'm saying, like, that's the real stuff. That's what's real about it. Is that it's a lot of bullshit going on, and we ain't even got our homes right. You know what I mean?
And
we can't even fix the homeless that's going on right now. The shit that's going on right now is crazy. Like, you know, police snatching tents from homeless people, and like, it's cold as shit here. Like, that is crazy to me. So
Flint, Michigan not having clean water.
Man, I'm telling, like, a lot of stuff is going on, and we don't hear about it because the news wants to tell you one thing. But I think as a newer generation, our generation first, because we got to be the ones to lead by an example, but the newer generation as well, we're already taking advantage of social media, which is a beautiful thing. A lot of times, being able to just go straight on Facebook Live, that has helped some people. Some people have gotten hurt, yes, and some injustices have been done. But it has made people aware, and that's what we need. Oh, that's what we need. I know people talk a lot of shit about social media, but I really feel like it's how you use it. And like, we need that. We need that awareness from real people out here. Not just the celebrities, but like the real people out here. Us. The regular motherfucking trendsetters.
You're gonna be regular for too long.
Period. And you're right. We're not. None of us are regular. None of us are though. Right?
Right.
We all unique in our own way, and we're all helping each other out in some kind of way.
Right.
Like, it's all connected. I mean, honestly, if you just put it down in simple terms, like, we can talk about spirituality, cool, but there's some people that are not spiritual. Right. And to put it in simplest terms, it's really about just spending time with yourself.
Loving yourself.
Yeah, spend time with yourself, because we spend so much time in everybody else's business. We spend time at work, stressing, trying to pay bills, make ends meet, you know what I mean? Or maybe it's a social thing and you spending time trying to impress everybody. But you gotta spend time with yourself, because otherwise you'll forget who you are. You really will. You'll forget who you are. But the more time you spend with yourself, the more authentic you are, and like, you're just yourself. You all the time. Like, interviews, stuff like this, you just get to be yourself, and then life becomes so much fun, becomes so enjoyable. And like, there was a time where I was struggling inside. You know, I was having a spiritual war inside myself, and I didn't see that. And now that I think about it, I'm just like, wow, I'm so glad I went through that, not being able to see it, to be able to be in this place now and being like, dang, yo, I was tripping, because life is really so dope. Even when shit seems like it's not going right, there's a reason for everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's some cool shit to think about. Like, I didn't have to go through that for no reason. Like, I came out of it, and I came out of it stronger. Like, there was a lesson. It's almost like a video game. You know, you get through one level, and you might get defeated a bunch of times during that one level. You're like, dang, I can't get past this level. Well, that's because you ain't learned something from that level. And then as soon as you do, you level up, and it's time to go on to the next level. And life is just about them levels. It's just like, it just keeps happening. It's never going to stop. You're never going to be at the point where you're like, I've conquered it all. No, you're always going to be leveling up, because there's time for you to spend with yourself, and then there's time to experience everybody else. And that's what makes that shit so dope. Right?
True.
It's crazy.
True.
Crazy to think about.
Where do you feel you get your power to speak from? Like, what makes you? Because a lot of people say a lot of things, and you know, I talk to a lot of people, but when you're saying it right now, it makes, you know, the way you're saying it with the emotion, you feel it.
Yeah,
it's different.
You already gave me the chills like 3 times.
No, I'm serious. What you're saying, you can tell you're passionate about it, so it makes people believe in what you're saying.
That's dope.
So
I never had nobody tell me
No.
that.
well, I don't know if you always speak like this, like in general, like just when you're
Yeah.
out and about, but right now
definitely
you're
do.
sounding like
I think it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, life experiences, you know, has taught me to really
being that older sibling. Maybe I
being the older, well, really just being a female. Honestly, I hate to like resort to that type of thing all the time, but it's true. There's a lot of times where I think now is a great time for women because people are really starting to give us a little bit more respect and listen to us a lot more. But I grew up reading books like, you know, books on Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks and, you know, even Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s wife. Just reading up on these beautiful women and how important it was for them to have a voice and how they had to speak up. Rosa Parks didn't play no games. It's just like, hold up. Y'all ain't right. And I learned that from my ancestors, that you have to speak up. And especially because on the note of like being yourself, if you don't tell people who you are, they're gonna tell you who you are. So you better speak up, or you just gonna have to sit with whatever anybody says you are. And fuck that, that's bullshit.
So it makes you a follower then, right?
Yeah. How are you being an example then?
Right.
If you're just going into, you know, that song by Eminem, I am whatever you say I am. Like, that shit was dope. Like, go back and listen to that song because that dude, he be spitting some poetry on the low. Like, I know everybody see him as a battle rapper, but he really did go through some stuff, some relatable stuff. That's a dope thing about music, is that you can feel something. Like, I've listened to rock songs and country songs that I really be relating to. Like, but yeah, you know, that's where I get that from, because I can do that through my music and just being able to speak up, because I used to be really shy on stage, like so shy, but I had so much to say, so much I wanted to say, and I learned, you know, like I said, you know, say who you are, people will tell you who you are. Like, rumors will come up, people will try to tell you that you this and you that, when you don't. They're gonna try to do that to you. They're gonna try to tarnish you. But when you're yourself all the time, and you can just vibrate, can't nobody touch you. Can't nobody say nothing about you. You just there. You know what I mean? You're just, everybody knows who you are. They're like, nah, there's no way. You know what I mean? Whatever it may be. Period.
At what age did you decide as a young adult that you're going to do this seriously? You're going to really go after your dreams and pursue music professionally?
Well, first of all, I did not think I could sing. My younger days, I was like, I don't think I can sing. Like, I don't think I'm good. Like, I always was afraid that, like, what I'm singing is not, and what I'm hearing is not what everyone else is hearing.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, watching, like, American Idol, I was like, oh my God, is that me? Like,
yeah,
is that how I hear?
the
You know
one
what
that
I'm
everyone
talking
laughs
about?
at.
Oh man,
Oh,
yes.
when
I
they
was
walk
like-
out, they're like,
I was yes, I was really self-conscious about that, and I did not think I could sing. And I think it wasn't until I put expression into my music to where it wasn't like I know I could sing. It was just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm expressing myself, and I feel this shit, and it feels good, and like, y'all gonna feel this too. You know, it wasn't really about like, I'm the best singer in the world.
It wasn't never a vocal thing.
No, never. It was always an expression.
That's dope. That's
yeah,
dope.
just like when we talk, when you're angry, you got a different tone to your voice. You know what I mean? That's an expression that's coming out of the vibrations of your vocal cords. You're not quite singing, but it's felt. Someone doesn't have to look at you to know that you're angry when you're speaking in a certain tone, or that you're sad, or that you're really happy or excited. You know what I mean? Just like I did.
But it just turned out that through your expression, you just happened to sing.
Mine was
really
through
good.
singing, yeah, exactly.
On top of
And,
it.
yep, but I actually became super serious about my music when I moved out here. It took me a couple years. I wanted to get to know the city. I didn't want to commit to anybody at that point, like working with anybody or being in a group or anything like that. I just really wanted to scope everything out and find my sound, because I knew I hadn't found that yet. When I was in North Carolina, I was on more of a Disney pop flair. I hated it. It was not who I was, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm a thug, like, chill out. Come on, man, like, I don't want to be singing this. But when I came out here, I had the freedom to do that and find that somehow, you know, just find that in me. And then it was about 3 years ago. Yeah, I would say 3 years ago. is when I really started like buckling down, investing in myself,
Yeah.
buying my own beats, buying the exclusive rights to it, reading up on all the knowledge on, you know, getting my ASCAP and, you know, just working with band members and finding my dancers. And honestly, the dancers, that just happened last year. Like, I didn't even know I could dance. I was like, but I'm gonna do this because Aaliyah, man, and
Rocking the boat.
yeah, and Janet Jackson, woo, Janet Jackson, Sierra, these girls is getting down, and I remember how much I enjoyed watching that. I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bring that back. 'Cause I feel like it's just not a thing that happens
really
a
is
lot,
not.
especially with the locals. And which I'm not trying. It doesn't matter being the first, like whatever. It was just more like me, what I wanted to do, like what I've always wanted to do. Just like I talked about, living your dream, like living your life to the fullest. Like that is one of my fulfillments, is to be able to dance and sing on stage and perform with a live band. So a lot of things happened for me last year, which was a blessing. But the 3 years that I've been here putting in that work, it's been hard. It's not been easy. I post what I post because I'm trying to be an example, and I want to show people, hey, this is what you can do. Stay consistent. This is why I leave everything on my page, so for you to go back and remember where I started. You know what I mean? So there I am. That's where I started, and this is where I am now. I'm constantly improving. I take criticism very well because I'm trying to improve. I don't want to be looking crazy, so I'm always out here listening. Like, yo, you like that song? All right, what did you like about it? What did you like about it? Stuff like that. And, you know, take everything with a grain, period. Compliments or critics. You just gotta, critiques rather. You just have to take it with a grain of salt and just, and feel it to what you're comfortable at. So basically take in what you need and leave behind what's not necessary.
For sure. Take whatever's constructive out of it and let the rest go.
And let the rest go. Exactly. Because I done had some crazy critiques, like, woo! Like, dang, you just ripped me apart, bro. But that's okay. That's love, though. that's
whack. That's whack, though.
It's
crazy, but it's different.
But is this like someone that you asked their opinion, or is it just someone online talking?
It'd be people,
back?
like random people, you know.
Oh, that ain't critics.
Sometimes it is though. Sometimes I do hear it. Like I'm humble enough to be like, to listen back and be like, oh, okay, I hear that. Or like, oh yeah, I see that. All right, bet. Next one about to be even better. Like, so you can't say that the next time. So like I said, you just take what you need from it and leave the rest. Like, you know, if they say never sing again, okay, fuck you. I'll do what I want. But if someone says, you know, hey, you were a little pitchy right here at this song, at this part of the song.
See, that's cool.
I'm gonna take that in. I'm
Yeah.
be like, oh, word. I need to be like, that's what awareness is about. Like, that to me is a blessing from the universe. Me being able to be like, okay, I hear that, I recognize it, and now I can go back and make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Just like with my performances, I look at those, like when I record them for myself, they are my, you know, when you are on the basketball team and you got the tapes from the game night before, the week before, you're studying those to see where you messed up or what worked. It's both. It's not just where you messed up. It's also what worked and how you can make it better. Because what worked is like only a taste of what worked. It can always get better. And then what didn't work, of course, boom, that's automatic improvement that you can improve on. So I'm always looking back at those, and I really wholeheartedly feel like I've just become such a better artist, performing artist, doing that for myself. Because, you know, a lot of times I feel like as artists, we like to go out and we like to gain inspiration, but we get lost in the sauce sometimes. And we're too focused on other artists. You have to focus on yourself, and I feel like that's the number one thing. Be inspired, do all of that. All that great stuff is awesome, but you have to focus on yourself. You don't focus on yourself, you're gonna forget to improve. And you're just gonna be sitting there focused on everybody else. You gotta mind your business.
Sitting there looking.
You gotta mind your business. Yeah, that's it. Period.
So coming here to Denver, it looks like you got a pretty good reception from everybody, right? From all the artists here.
Yeah, it's been dope. I would say, Yeah, WCW really helped out a lot. You know, the whole mission was to bring the women together and for us to all perform together and support each other, because we didn't have no big promoters. We had to do it ourselves. So we had to work with each other, and we had to come up with ideas for each other, and helped me a lot learning the game as well, as far as the promotion side of things. But that helped out a lot, being able to just connect with other artists, which has to be done. Like, you have to get out here, like in any state, and you have to connect with other artists. You got to catch the vibe. Like, you're already a wave. You just got to catch their vibe too. You got to feel them out too, feel what the city is on. So that really helped out a lot, and I do feel like the city definitely took me in, which is dope, because I've just been head down, putting it out there, and pretty much the attitude is, yo, if you fuck with me, fuck with me. And if you don't, that's okay, you will later.
Right.
Watch. You're gonna be on me later, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. I'm optimistic about it all. And there's even been some people where they've like, you know, but like, yo, I've been supporting you since day one. I'm like, no, you ain't. But you know what? You can't be jaded by that shit.
Oh, it is what it is.
It is what you
It's
gotta
cool,
take the
cool.
love,
Right,
man. Love is
right.
love. You better take
Right.
that. Can't be out here jaded. Can't be out here jaded.
If they want to be fake about it, Sam.
But that's weird. To be fake about supporting someone is weird, and that's a whole nother issue. But that's like your personal. You got a problem.
Yeah, right. Talk to somebody else about that.
The therapy.
I feel like you were a trendsetter though, as far as there's a lot of female music talent going on, as well as R&B and rapping. Like, I don't think there's really, in the last couple of years, you know, maybe 5 or 6 years, it's pretty much like comparable to the men's, as far as the names, heavyweight names,
Yeah,
and
Meg Thee Stallion.
as many as there are. Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about being part of the growing trend of like this outburst of?
I think the timing is right. The universe knew, like, this was the time for me to really start growing. This is the time, and I'm thankful for it. I'm so happy that there are women out here that are being boss-ass ladies, getting their own money, you know, out here helping other women and encouraging other women, not body shaming. That makes me so happy, because this is the time that I need to be in this. Like, this is perfect. Like, that's what I'm about. I love that. That body positivity, all of that's Lizzo, all of them, you know what I mean? Like, that's just cool to me. I'm like, oh, that's tight. Like, these are the women that I'm gonna vibe with pretty soon. Like, they don't know me yet, but these are women I'm gonna be vibing with. Like, this is cool.
Y'all are definitely making waves in the city for sure. Like,
Yeah, it's
and you've been
crazy.
doing music with a lot of known artists from the city as well, and you got your own buzz. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody can look at the views, you know, and see what's up. So.
But who doesn't want to see Brandy and Monica come together? You know what I mean?
For
You
sure.
know, collaborations like that. I love that about collaborating, especially in the city of Denver, because if I go to North Carolina and I ask, I'm like, yo, you don't know who this is? You don't know who that is? You know, it's pretty cool just to be like, dang, yo,
Put them on real quick.
just like wait till y'all see Denver blow up. And I've been hearing people from North Carolina, my city where I'm from, you know, where I moved from, Raleigh, North Carolina, and even in Charlotte, North Carolina, because that's where the majority of my family lives. It's really dope to hear them say, yo, the buzz out there in Denver is like, it's pretty dope.
Okay.
But who knows if they would have seen that if I hadn't moved here. Like, that's what I mean. Like, everything's connected. There's a reason why this is happening. Like, I just, oh man, it just makes me so happy to just wake up and be like, yeah! How am I about to get better today? Let's do this. I love a challenge. Let's get it.
That's dope, for sure, though.
For sure.
You definitely got a good energy about you and shit, so that's pretty dope.
Thank you.
What's your favorite collaboration you've done so far, as Denver-based talent?
Man.
I mean, not to put
I'll put it on
It's
the
so
spot.
hard. It's so hard because, like,
Let me rephrase
I got
that.
a connection with each like collaboration I've done. I've had a different connection with them.
But not as far as connection. I mean, as far as like, and you can like all songs, and you know, like, but you can be like, you know, this, I made this song, I made this song with this person, and like this is.
So Trev Rich is by everyone's standard who's been here
Yeah.
is like the GOAT of Denver. You know,
For
like he's
sure.
the one making
absolutely.
moves and paves
Definitely
the
an
way.
honor to have a song with him.
So I guess what he was trying to ask.
What was it like working with Trev Rich?
Was it-
Okay. All right, bet. 'Cause look, I got a song with J Trip, and I know she was just in here,
Uh-huh.
and
She's
that
dope.
shit is hard. That shit is so hard.
Hey, she's dope.
I can't wait for y'all to hear that. But yeah, working with Trevor Rich, that was super fire. Honestly, I met him many years ago, and our timing, like I said, I was getting to know the city. Our timing wasn't it at that part, and I'm happy that everything happened the way it did, because I don't think we were ready for each other back then. You know what I mean? He needed to do what he had to do, and I needed to find who I am right now. So the timing wasn't right then. So we came back full circle after everything happened with Trev, him going on tour and all this great stuff that's happened to him. I was able to find myself through that and my sound and everything. That was really dope. And we met at City Roots. Y'all know City Roots?
Yeah, I met him the other
Yeah,
night. He's
they're real
dope.
dope. Good
Yeah.
people. They invited me out for an interview, and they were like, yo, we got a special guest coming through. I was like, oh, okay, cool, right on. I waited, and then Trev Rich came through for his interview, and I was like, oh, what? Trev, yo, this is crazy. We're meeting up again. Like, there's something out of this. There's a reason why this is happening. And so that day I learned so much about him through his interview, about like what Squizzy meant and all this background stuff I never knew about him. I was like, I just really rocked with his energy. Like, energy is important to me. I don't care how dope you are in the music scene. If your energy ain't right, if we don't click well, it's just not gonna work. And people are gonna be able to tell that. But with him, I could really feel that energy, and I was like, yo, this is dope. And then all of a sudden we chopped it up afterwards. He was like, yo, let me know when you're ready. I was like, word, okay, cool.
I'm ready.
So, but it actually took me a couple months, like a month and some change, because I was just like, I want it to be perfect. Like, I want this sound to be like the first song that we do, for it to be a memorable song that everyone's gonna remember. And then boom, down with Will Geist actually helped me to write that song down. He wrote for like Usher and like a bunch of like really well-known talent. He's amazing. It's like he's a freaking wizard. But he helped me write it. I wrote it. We got it all. I sang it and everything. Sent it off to Trev. I was like, "What you think?" And he rocked with it. He recorded it that day, like super fast. Shot it over to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is dope. This is fly. We gotta shoot a video to this ASAP." So we dropped the song. It wasn't getting a whole lot of buzz until we shot the video, and the video was just, shout out to Dreamers Day. Like, that video was just, I really wanted to keep it like cool and cute, just because like I have a boyfriend and I'm not sure if he's in a relationship, and I just wanted to be respectful.
Yeah.
Also to like all the viewers that are looking at it too. Like, I don't want no rumors, but I wanted it to be special, something that people like can relate to. I was like, yo, I just want to be natural and chill, and I just want us to have fun, like real fun. So we went to Boondocks. Like, I was like, let's go to Boondocks. Let's go hit putt-putt. Let's go hit all the games. Like, and that's what we did. We just did that, and like, we got a couple of like, cute scenes and stuff like that. But really, we just had fun.
Yeah.
Like,
It was a dope
Trev
video.
cheated on putt-putt like a million times. He didn't follow any of the rules.
Right, that's what the video said.
He didn't follow none of the rules. He was like, "Ooh, that one's cool." And he would just skip one. I'd be like, "Yo, but all right, let me go pick it." But anyway, but yeah, it was really fun. We put out the video, and that's when I heard from Tasha Makia from KS175. She, I saw her like it at first, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. All right, man, cool. You see it, all right, girl, sweet." And then she hit me up, was like, "Yo, send it to me." And then it was a wrap from then. Called me up and was like, we love your record, we love the song, like, we want to play your song on the radio. And I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. And it was right before Trev headlined at Cervantes. So I went to that show that same night that they dropped the song. And then that night I was told, oh, KS175 just don't play songs one time. We like your record. You on rotation. So it was only supposed to play for like 4 weeks, and it ended up going 3 months strong. And that's why I am so, man, I love my fans so much. I love my Bay Gang. I don't like to call them fans because I'm really a fan of them. So I call them my Bay Gang. And they really showed out. Like, for us, like, at first we hit number 2 for most requested song. The following week we hit number 1, according to Manji from KS175. We hit number 1, and that was crazy to me. I was like, oh my god, number 1 in requests? Like, that's cool. Like, people are really out here, like, requesting the song. They like the song, and that was really dope. And for it to go all the way to the Pepsi Center was like, what? This is crazy. This is crazy. Like,
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
So we did the halftime show for the Nuggets game at the Pepsi Center.
You and Trev did?
Yep, we were actually the first like black artists to perform like hip hop, R&B music there. Like, yeah,
Yeah, it was
History
dope.
shit.
history shit.
I forgot who went live, but someone was live.
Someone was live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I mean, it was crazy. Like, that crowd was unbelievable. That was definitely the biggest crowd I've ever performed in front of. Pepsi Center was super, super accommodating. Like,
So how did you get that call? Like, how did that go?
yo,
down?
Trev just hit me up. Him, God bless him. Like, that dude, there's a reason why he has accomplished so much, and why he's bringing it back to the city. There's a reason why, because that man, God bless him. That's all I gotta say. He is a good person. Like, he straight up just called me. I was at work, you know, setting up, getting ready for dinner, and I answered the phone. He was like, yo, so this is like, granted, I had to keep this in for like 3 weeks. I couldn't tell nobody for 3 weeks. He was like, yo, so I'm gonna be performing at the Pepsi Center. I was like, yo, that's dope. He goes, yeah, so it's only right that we perform our radio hit Down too. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. That's all I could say. I was like, get the fuck out of here. He was like, yeah, for real. And I was like, oh my god, I nearly dropped the phone. I about had a heart attack. I was like, oh my god, is this for real? Like, for real, for real? And then I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, I'm ready. That was it. He just made the phone call, was like, invited me. He didn't have to do that. He's got lots of songs that are amazing that the crowd would have really appreciated. But he invited me to perform that song with him. And that too, he didn't have to invite me to perform with him. He could have just performed it himself and just had the hook playing, but he invited me, and that was really a blessing. That was the coolest thing. I will never ever forget that
That's
shit
a
in my
dope
life.
ass story.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the best day ever.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So how have things changed for you professionally or since that?
Wait, I want to know more about this Pepsi thing.
Oh,
Yeah, what's up?
I want to
Ask
know
me
what you
anything.
did. Like, could you sleep the night before, or were you? That's a big deal. You were on the jumbotron.
She
They had the name
meditates.
up there.
I'm telling you,
I
that's the worst.
definitely slept. Yeah, and you know what? I did meditate that morning.
I
That
already
morning,
know.
I definitely did meditate, because my problem is on show days is I get all flustered and I'm forgetting stuff. And that day I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna be relaxed. This is what you were born to do. This is what you've manifested. You brought this on yourself. Now show people why you deserve this opportunity. And that's all I was thinking about that day. But I will say, about a week leading up to it, every day at work, I was just wanting to be bougie and be like, I quit, bye!
Things are off the place. You
Right?
can't do
I'm
that.
out, I'm big time. Nah, maybe I was manifesting that a little bit too, like how I'm gonna plan that. But yeah. The week before, I was just like, every shitty customer that I got, I was just like, dang, you're gonna really regret being that, like being mean to me. And I was just killing them with kindness and just being like, you know what? That's okay. You're gonna remember, and then you're gonna remember to say nice things about me, because you don't remember me being a bitch back to you. You're gonna be like, dang, I was kind of rude to her.
She was real
That girl was so nice. She was so nice, you know? That's it. Leave it right there. I was nice to you. Remember that. But it was fun. The Pepsi Center was dope. There was my mom. It was really important for me to have my mom, my sisters there, my boyfriend. That was really special to me, especially my mom, because my mom has been through a lot. And my mom is my #1 reason for my strength. being able to see it in her and how she handles things and where she started from and where she's at right now, she's the biggest inspiration of my life, for sure, no doubt about that, like when it comes to perseverance. And to have her there and be happy and like proud of seeing me up there and just like telling all her friends about it, that made me just beyond full of joy. Like there's no happiness like that. Like I couldn't even explain it, you know what I mean? Like walking in and she's like, oh my God, people were singing your song and oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Those words means a lot, because my mom is also the one to keep it real with you. If something don't sound right, she gonna tell you. She's not easily impressed. She's not that type to be like, oh, my baby can do anything she does believe in that, but like if you suck, she gonna tell you, hey babe, come here, I don't think
We're lying.
I think you're also good at this. So why don't you try that for a little while, you know? But when she really sees that, you know, you're gonna go far, she's all in. And that really made me happy to just see her there, so happy and in the suite, you know, just, you know.
All about energy.
Yeah.
That good energy.
Yeah,
Push
exactly.
right
I'm
back.
just like imagining her like maybe at Coachella or something, her being backstage with me and having to, me adding things to my my tech, my hospitality tech. Like this is for my mom. Make sure you have this for mom. You know, just certain things like that. I feel like
Sparkling water, not regular.
yeah, you already know. Yep. And she yeah. Okay, she like the peach kind, LaCroix, whatever.
So everybody remembers.
The peach kind. But yeah, I think like, you know, times like that, it's easy to like ride on that high, but for me, I took it as like, oh shit, what you gonna do now? You did that, you gotta keep it going. Like it don't stop there. You can't just keep riding that high, and that's important. So through that, I try to remember every moment leading up to the big moment and every moment afterwards, and the energy that I felt through that, because I want to manifest more of that. That's what I'm trying to do. I am like seeing my mom happy and in that suite, and like, you know, just taking pictures of me on the big screen and stuff like that. I am manifesting so much more just through that memory. Like, God, I can't wait to see where else she's gonna be. Like, I can't wait to like take her overseas and like her be like, dang, yo, you're here now. I'm so proud of you, and I'm bougie now. You know, like look at me and all this designer. After all these years, my mom was never the type to shop for herself. She was always the type to make it work, make it cute. If it was old or new, whatever. But she always took care of us first, and so I can't wait to flip that around and say, nope, you better put that purse away. You better you in the backseat getting chauffeured. None of that no more. You are being taken care of for the rest of your life. You ain't gonna have to worry about nothing else ever again. That's what I want. Yeah, manifesting that.
Can't hate on that at all.
Period. I love you, mama. I love you, mama.
I mean, you're building that platform. You're gonna be opening up for Ja Rule.
Hell yeah, that's
dope.
gonna be exciting. I'm excited because I grew up listening to that man. And look, I know everybody want to bring up the whole damn 50 Cent thing, but don't act like you wasn't in the car talking about some Murder Inc.
Right.
Don't
At
act
some
like
point.
it. Y'all
At some
wasn't in the
point.
car singing the Ashanti songs, okay? Always on time. Yeah, y'all was singing that. Y'all was singing that, so I'm excited for that.
Were you singing that, John?
I wasn't seeing that part.
You were singing "I'm Real," but
No, not the J-Lo part.
J-Lo? All right, the second.
Ja Rule part at least.
Rule, baby. Yes. So
Wait, so okay, there's gonna be another thing. You're opening up for Ja Rule?
I'm opening up for Ja Rule. Y'all the first to hear this too. Like on camera. Y'all the first to.
Oh, okay.
The first what you call yourself, a YouTube channel more than a podcast, right? Yeah, the first YouTube channel, the first show, television show.
there
Go
you
speak
go.
that, okay? So yeah.
So other artists that have been in here, I think at least two of them, right? J Triple and DNA Picasso.
Yeah, I saw them. I saw their.
And I think someone else that talked really well about you. And that's actually how I, you know,
Oh,
researched
cool.
you and looked out to see who you were. And I think that's cool that you've been here for a couple of years and everybody says nice things about you and wants to
Yeah.
work with you.
Aw.
I don't know if you got anything in the works with DNA, but he said he would like to work with you.
Yeah, we figured something out.
Yeah.
Again, just like the Trevbridge thing, it took me a while to figure out.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
with AP, to figure out a song that was gonna be dope with AP. I just I just gotta figure out, you know, it's gonna come.
How the energies will
Yeah,
come
and it's gonna
together.
come. It's just gonna fall right in my lap.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like, oh, there you go, DNA, that's you. You know what I mean? For any artist out there, really, like, these are the artists that we need to be working with, like, because these are the artists that are later gonna be blown up. They're gonna be out there. They're gonna be big, and it'd be a shame not to take advantage of the opportunity right now.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame. It'd be a real shame. Even to see someone take off and for them not to have taken any opportunities with artists around them after they've blown up, it's just kind of like, come on, man, what are you doing? Like, this is the art. Like, come on, man. You know you love these artists out here, and that's how I feel. Like, that's why I want to be able to, like, you know, who knows what tomorrow's gonna bring. I want to be able to work with as many dope artists out here as possible. It's not about the fame. It's not about. I actually have a song with Co City. Do you know who Co City is?
No.
Okay, look him up. Co City Rhymes. He's very talented. He's amazing. He's not. From what I understand, like talking to other people, he's not super well known out here. But this guy is super talented, and we got a song together, and it's a banger. Like, it is so dope. I can't wait to drop it in the summertime because it's a summertime groove. Like, it is something I've never. It's a different vibe that I've ever done, but we vibed really well on it, and that just goes to show it's more about the talent and like being able to put some dope art together rather than worrying about how many followers one person has, because. I don't know, like, we're people, we bleed the same, you know what I mean? Somebody with with a huge following might be lame in person, and they might not even be the vibe, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's more important, the vibration is more important than the hype, you know what I'm saying? So.
Well, that's why it's cool to keep having people in here too, because then you guys talk about each other,
Yeah.
and that's how we reach out to other people.
And that's how you were able to tell me that
Yeah.
DNA wants to work. That's dope. Yeah, me and DNA talked about this. We've been talking about this for a long time. We just.
No, I'm just saying the names that you drop now. You know now.
Oh, right, yeah.
We go in and look
For
at
sure.
what they're doing, and now
Yeah.
we're exposed to better music. than what they
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. That's so cool. Exactly. You're able, yeah, through us just talking and like all these connections that we're making. You guys are in front of all sorts of different people all the time. You know, doing these interviews. So from like, you know, major artists to the local artists to the up and coming artists. You guys are around them all, so you're able to make these connections and be like, yo, that vibe, her vibe, and like his vibe or her vibe and her vibe, they could really mesh well together. Like, maybe we can connect these people. Y'all some plugs.
Honestly, everyone that's been here has been real cool people. Different energies, like by a stretch, like different energies.
Right.
But they're all real good people. You know, they have good stories, and it's just, this has been a good experience. You know, even sitting here and watching you talk and stuff. Usually I speak more, but I was listening to what you were saying because you sound really.
I'm telling you, I be having so much to say. I'm such an introvert. I don't go.
No,
out
it's
a
good.
lot.
I'm
so
saying,
like when I get a chance, I'm like, here it is, guys. You want it? You got it.
I'm like, okay, there goes my question.
Any shout outs or anything you got going on?
Your apparel.
Shout out to Denver. Shout out to B Studios. Shout out to Bay Gang. Shout out to my mama, my manager, my band, my dancers. Shout out to the haters. Love is love. And shout out to Barbershop Uncut. You rock it with your girl, Rachel Bailey. I love y'all. Mwah. I will also be performing at the Paramount February 9th for Ja Rule. Come pull up at Paramount in Denver, Colorado. It's going to be so lit. I can't wait. I also have I have a single drop in today. Oh my God, I wish. I have a single drop in soon. It's called Different. Go check that out. It's gonna be awesome with the video. Go show it some love. Show my other songs some love as well. Shout out to KS1075. And what else? Stay tuned. I love y'all. Side of the Mexican culture. And fuck Donald Trump. Fuck that fool, man. Like, he just wants y'all's tan so bad. He wants y'all's tan so bad. That motherfucker. Like, he gotta go orange. He don't even. This guy.